Yo, yo, yo. Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Alright, that should be good. Right, what about now? Is the audio better? I had to redo the whole thing. Oh, put this live chat on. I'm sorry, guys. Okay. Gratitude and value, appreciation, my tugging a long way. Unki? I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name. Unki? Pre- I appreciate you, man. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. I'm so sorry. Unki, Unki, something like that. I apologize. No problem, man. Perfect on pronunciation. Oh, whew, thank you, Jesus. Because it definitely sounded like I butchered it, honestly. All right, guys. So I'll be here with you guys for an hour. So 6:20 until 6:20 because I was having little difficulties. I was trying to get my mic to come down because I record music on it, so it's like always up tall. So I guess the handles to like twist it out got stuck and stuff. So you know, technology. But yeah, any questions you guys have about TK or meditation or life in general, I'll answer to the best of my abilities for 1 hour. And I'm gonna try my best to start uploading a lot more. It's just life be life and you know work and other things make it kind of hard to have time to do things like record videos and stuff like that and even practice these days. So if you guys have been slacking on your practice, I understand because I haven't been getting a lot of practice, not as much as I want. Can I see auras? I want to say yes, but I don't think it's like developed to the point where I can say yes. What I see is like it looks like you ever seen heat coming off of a fire or coming off of a stove? Like I can see like that like coming off of people, coming off around their bodies. It looks like heat, like uh, the air just looks kind of like wavy, it starts waving like close to your body. That's about it, Nicola. Paradigm, peace, bro, peace, 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 love, and all that, bro. You absorb energy from the environment. The popular belief is that the energy comes from your energy centers, the chakras, the seven chakras. Um, and that's where it's generated and then recycled, if you can call it recycled. It's just like an endless loop when you do the microcosmic orbit. When you get it down, it just because at first the energy is just like pushed out, and then it gets lost, and then you do the microcosmic orbit, and then it kind of like chains the energy, so it just keeps flowing in a circle. But that's the popular belief. But my personal belief is that you can definitely do that. Like use nature energy. I quoted it because nature energy is the same thing as life energy. You know, everything is energy. Everything is the same type of energy, just dancing on different frequencies. So it would make sense that you would be able to absorb energy from nature. You know. So yeah, that's my belief. Do you know when you will post detailed TK tutorial? I mean, I would like to think that the rest of my videos have been pretty detailed. Um, in terms of the level I was on, and the amount of knowledge that I had on it at the time that I released the video. Because if you were here from the beginning, at the very beginning when I first started releasing, you know that I'm not like a teacher. I don't preach to be a teacher. I don't tell people I'm doing a guru. None of that. I'm a practitioner. And I'm documenting my progress with all the videos that I post. All the videos that I post, if I wasn't on YouTube, I'd still be recording them and then watching them back, and just to see. I mean, that's just like how I learn, my learning process. And I just decided to document it online. So, based on what I know and what I've experienced, is what I will give you guys. I will never try to cover something that I don't have personal experience in, because then that's me just lying to you guys. So, based on detailed and how detailed I get in the tutorials will be based on my level of knowledge on it at that point. So, if it's not detailed enough for you right now, it'll get more detailed as I progress and stuff. You know, George, pretty good question though. Oh yeah, bro. Nicola, I lucid dream every night, bro. Every single night, every night. Some of them aren't as lucid, but most of them are very lucid, and I'm very aware within the dream, and like I feel everything. Like I've been shot in my dreams a couple times, and like the impact of the bullet wake me up out of the dream. You know, there was one time where I was dreaming that I was in like a. I mean, it wasn't like an action packed scene, like a movie scene. It was like I was hanging out with some people in like a bar type of area, and we was playing pool, shooting pool and stuff. And then the air, after a while, the air started getting a little thick, with negative energy. And I looked over and I see two guys walking with machine guns in their hands. You feel me? So my initial, like within the dream, my initial response was looking at the door and to run towards the door. And so I started running towards the door, and I noticed out of the corner of my eyes, one of the guys noticed me running towards the door and lifted his gun up towards me. And so like I did a little slide, and when I slid out the door, I felt like I slid into my bed and like I jumped up and woke up. It was so crazy. It was so crazy. Most of them I can control, but some of them, a lot of them are just like locked in scenes, like I'm locked into the scene, but I'm like fully aware that I'm dreaming, and I'm fully aware of everything that's going on. I can feel it and everything. But like I can't change the scene myself, like I can't decide if, let's say, I'm in a racing scene, I can't decide to just hop over into like a flying scene or something. But a lot of my dreams I can though. But most of them are always lucid on some level. It's one thing that's always been consistent in my life. I've been having lucid dreams since I was a child. Been dreaming about flying since I was a child. you know. But yeah, I have a lot of fun in my dreams, bro. How many hours a day do you meditate? When I first started, I had a lot of time on my hands, so I was like doing it all the time, every chance I get, every chance I get. Even when I was at work, I would sit at break, eat my food, and usually I'm finished eating like halfway through the break hours. So after that, I would sit and I would meditate. And you can do meditation without having to be like in a sitting or laying state. You can be driving and meditate. You can walk and meditate. You can be playing video games and meditate, because the whole point of the meditation is the quiet mind. So if you're doing something and you're like 100% into it, you know, that's like a form of meditation. It's like getting into the zone. If somebody ever been like, I'm in the zone, and they're just going crazy, like they look so like their mastery is on a different level. It's because like they hit that meditation zone type of, you know. But that's for like sports and stuff, like, but you can do it on a more subtle note. I've done it, so I know for a fact it can be done. But the sitting meditation and the laying meditation is more for like searching yourself, and like more non-movement type of deals. So, but now nowadays I get probably like 10-20 minutes tops to meditate. But before, I was doing hours upon hours. Every chance I get, I sit down and meditate every single chance I get. But I had a lot of time on my hands, so. But now about 20 minutes, if I get that much, you know. Silvio, great question. Well, how did you reach that level? I don't know, man. I really don't know. But what I would tell you though is, from an early standpoint, when I first realized, I think like up till like I was 7 years old, because as a kid I didn't really understand it that much, and so it was just more of like a happening, and I can't do nothing about it type of thing, So I would just let it happen, and then if something really, really, really like crazy happened, then I would tell my mom about it. But then she'd give me the regular mom answer, like, oh, it's just your dream, or it's just your imagination, or don't worry, don't be scared, or whatever. But when I got to about 7, I started like talking to myself more about it, because I would always just keep getting the same answers from my mom. Either that, or she would be like, oh, it's the movies you watch, or it's the TV shows you watch, or stop playing them video games. And it's like, it's not that. But what I started doing was like remembering my dreams, because what I realized is when I wake up, if I don't immediately think about what just happened, and I just go about my day, like 20 minutes later, I have no idea. I can't remember anything that happened in the dream, you know. And then I just started, like, as soon as I wake up, I sit up and started recalling the dream in my head, like replaying it over and over again. And it was usually some crazy dreams. So usually it's worth remembering, and eventually I was able to like start remembering the dream, even when I like woke up and didn't even think about like what happened. I would go start brushing my teeth, start doing things, hop in the shower, and while I'm showering, and I don't shower with music or nothing, I just listen to the shower, a nice steamy shower. That's a perfect meditation place, you know and I'm in the shower, and then it just pops in my head like what happened to my dream, and I'm like, yo, that was crazy. That was really crazy. So I think like cataloging your dream in some way helps a lot in developing like lucid dreaming, you know, because that's from my personal experience. Um, Ace, what's that? Tarot Divine. What is ASE? I don't know what that is. I'm sorry. I got close to TK one time. I felt the okay. That's the edit. I felt the energy connecting to an object, almost like an invisible string coming out of my hand. But I couldn't figure out how to pull or push. See, were you like seeing it at all? Could you like put visuals to it at all? Because you might be strong at visualizing, and if you're strong with visualizing, then you can do it a whole different way. You can. There's not one set way of doing it, so that's why I always tell people to to do what feels right to them, do what feels natural to them, or pretty much just do what works. Because the way I do it, I learned from watching somebody else do it like that. And before that, I've watched many other people do TK, and I've tried it their way, and none of it worked for me. And then until I tried it the Mark Mouvet's way, that's what kind of stuck and resonated with me. And then the more I did it, the more I started understanding what I was doing and stuff like that. I can't say like I'm at like a even a semi-pro level yet, but you know, I understand fairly a little bit why the Mark Mouvet's way worked for me, and why it will work for other people, But there's what is this guy's name? I think on YouTube it's like Telekinesis Harmony or something like that is his channel's name, and I think it's like Pac Man or something like that on Instagram. He does it the visualizing way, and that way is pretty strong. It works really well. It works pretty well. And the only thing though is he doesn't do tutorials. He doesn't teach for free. Basically, he has paid classes where people pay him to teach them how to do telekinesis. And I've checked out the classes and stuff. What I wanted to do was I wanted to actually do the classes and then document how well it worked, document if it was worth doing, because I'm one of those people that don't really believe in having people pay to learn something that they already know. It feels kind of cheap to me, kind of like the government making us work to live on a planet that was already here, that was already ours, that we were already on. you know it's like they just dig up free resources and then make it easy to transport and then make us pay for it. But it costed a little too much for me. It was like $700 at the time, like 700 or something like that, or eight, and that was his discount. I don't got that kind of money, so I ended up not doing it. But but the people that do it, I don't know them personally, so I haven't spoken to them, so I don't know if it's like people that he knows or whatever. Because you can have like other people pose like they've done it, to marketing. You know. But yeah, that's the only problem. But the people that review it say that it works very well, and they post videos of them on their channel showing that they do get really good results and whatnot. But I just personally couldn't do it because I just couldn't pay the price. There's also GM Wolf. He also teaches it in the mind way, doing it in the mind way. He teaches that because that's the way he does it. He uses mind, not energy. He can use chi as well. He has a lot of videos on his channel. It's just GM Wolf if for whoever wants to search it. He has a lot of videos on his channel that demonstrates him using chi and using um, mind to move things and to crush bottles and to manipulate water and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool thing. But he is an actual monk. He was an actual monk in the Himalayas for a little while, and he did those type of the training, that the old school training that people say you will usually have to do. He did that. So I do still watch him though. Do weed. But long story short, damn, that went on for a little while. Long story short, Silvio, do what feels natural to you. Like keep messing around with what you're doing there. It seems to be working for you. Keep messing around with it, and you know, figure the pull out. What I would say is the pull should be as natural as the visual of the string. The feeling of the string. If you can feel the string there, what are you feeling it as? Is it hanging? Is it tight against your hand? You know? So like, things like that. Notice things like that. Is the string do you feel it like dangling out of your hand, or is it like tight against your hand? Can you like move your hand backwards since if it's tight, if you move your hand backwards, then that could make you feel me? And then since if it's the feeling, then all you really have to do is start feeling the string moving inward. And there's a lot of things that can work. Does weed mess up your dreams? As a personal user of it, no, not really at all. I don't think it has anything to do with. I don't think it messes with dreams at all. One thing it will do is put you to sleep real fast, though. If you smoke an indica, it will definitely you will be in your dreams faster, definitely. But nah, it doesn't do anything to your dreams. Not for me personally, at least. Once your technique is different, I went from using my body motion to doing it just in my mind. Yeah, yeah, that's what I was. That's the one thing that I try to like tell everybody. Like, don't get too hung up over like if something a technique is not working for you, because maybe it's just not for you. you know because maybe you learn a different way. There's visual learners, and then there's people who can only learn by seeing something, and then there's people that can only learn by doing it, like practical learners. And then there's those people, those special people that just need to read it and then boop, like photographic memory or something. you know but yeah, you'll definitely always see different techniques, because now it's being modernized a little bit. Back in the day, not a lot of people were teaching it. You couldn't really get it taught anywhere, because it was mostly done in secret, in places like Himalayas and stuff like that. So you really needed to get there to get there. And then you got to put in years and years of work and practice. Nowadays, people are modernizing it. People are finding ways um around having to personally walk the distance. Because now they found out about placebo effects and stuff like that. You can trick your mind into waking up, into remembering stuff. I mean, it's not really tricking to remember, because you already know it. You know, you're just tricking your mind to push it to the surface faster. Mm, I use body motion. I don't even think about it like this. Forward, side, side. I can move bottom. Yep, because it's not something you need to think about, right? It's more because you don't think about. That's why I always go back to like the example of the body, because it's really just like that. And a lot of people don't really think about it on a day to day, because it's something normal to them now. Usually the first time you saw a bird, it was so magical to you. Now you see a bird every day. It's like, it's a bird. But no, It's literally like moving your body. Like when I do this, I don't think about it. I can't feel or hear or see the command where I sent the command from, where it came from when I'm talking. I don't even know. It's just happening, and it's just happening. But the interesting part is like in my like being, I can't even say my mind, in my being, I know that I just did that. I know that it happened because I wanted it to happen. I know that what just happened is exactly what I was expecting to happen. So, and it's like playing with that feeling. You got to go back into your, you feel me, like feel beyond this part, feel beyond that, see what sent that. It's the exact same thing. The exact same thing. Mind is doing that. Mind is doing that. Because we're like antennas, We're like antennas. Mm, do you astral project? I used to when I was a kid. I don't, because when I was younger, that's what I used to practice. Not telekinesis. I used to practice astral projection, and I used to use this method where you get a little candle and you stick it in front of you, and then you just meditate on the candle flame, and a couple other ones. It happened as a child when I didn't really know what was happening, like baby, not baby, but like probably like close to 5 years old, like 4 or 5, where I understood a little bit, but I didn't really understand anything. It happened unprovoked, unwillingly, and a couple of times scared the crap out of me. But my mom used to tell me a lot that, oh, it's just your imagination, so that killed it a little bit. But now I'm not even sure. I don't even think so. No, the only thing that really like keeps happening is the lucid dreaming. Everything else I had to relearn. The lucid dreaming was the only thing that never went away. But I do plan on getting back to astral projecting though. I feel like it's gonna be easy for me because I have already been doing like chakra work and stuff like that. So I have a big. Let me show you guys. This right here. Ow. So I have my favorite one, my rose quartz. Big chunk of rose quartz. That's the heart chakra. One of the most important ones, if not the most important one. Okay. Would you be down to do a podcast sometimes? Definitely. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Definitely. Send me the information on that. I'd be down to do it a couple times. Honestly. I wanted to stay for a little longer, but I had some stuff to do earlier, and unfortunately 5 is the time that I got finished, and then I'm also streaming on Twitch now, streaming games. So that's what I have to do after. I have to go do a Twitch stream after. So that's why I only got an hour, just so you guys know. Mm, but yeah, expanded mind. Oh, expanded minds podcast. Boom, say no more. Hell yeah, hit me up. I'm so happy to see people doing that. I'm thanking God I'm not crazy. Mine is still blown. Crazy. Crazy is such a fun word, huh? Crazy is such a fun word, and for some reason the definition of it keeps changing. You know, it keeps changing. Every single decade, it keeps changing. It's like in the early days, talking about sex in public was considered crazy. You know, if you realize in the early like 90s, like I was born 1995, in like the 1995, like early 2000s, yeah, they wouldn't even show it on TV. They would not even show it on TV. And the more it got popular, the less it became less and less and less crazy. Now it's a norm. Now it's normal. Now if now nowadays it's so funny that back in the day, if you approach a girl the way guys approach girls now, you would be considered crazy. Now if you approach a girl the way you used to the way people used to approach them back in the day, they will think you crazy. It's weird. It's so funny. But it's just like the shuffling of the generations, all of the old heads are dying out and being replaced by us, the people in their 20s and 30s and stuff. And then us, who was the kids, are being replaced by these new kids. You feel me? That life, their life started and began with social media and all the stuff that we learned. So I guess crazy is one thing. Crazy is a fun word. Is all I'm saying. Um, what's the best practice for you in terms of what? In terms of just random TK practice, or in meditation, or well, be a little more specific, please, if you don't mind. Very cool. Are you vegan? No, I'm not vegan. I am on a alkaline based diet. Electrical foods and fruits, raw fruits and raw vegetables as well, but only certain types of vegetables. Because a lot of vegetables are GMO. A lot of vegetables were created by man. So, like cranberries, a lot of people don't know cranberries aren't real berries. They were created in a lab. So, basically, I only eat the things that nature put here. You feel me? Because if it's one thing you will always notice when you look outside is that nature takes care of nature. You know, there's nothing that we need to biologically enhance or create that to make something down here better. Like nature gave us everything we needed. You feel me? Fruits on the trees, all the fruits that grow from the ground, all of that. Only alkaline based foods, electrical foods, and raw fruits and stuff like that. I will treat myself to like a snack every now and then, or a you know I'll probably eat a steak in a probably like if I go on a date with a girl or something, and I'm trying to make sure she has a good time, and she wanted to go to a place that serves mostly like meat. I'd go and I'd eat. I just probably wouldn't touch it for a very long time after that. But nah, not vegan. I can't call myself vegan. Um, I can give you an email to me. Give me a second. Let me see if I still have it active. Oh, you have Instagram? Just hit me on Instagram. Expanded minds. Expanded minds. Just hit me on Instagram if you do. If you have Instagram. If not, let me know and I'll send you that email. Um, yes, mind state. What do you think about when practicing? Oh, that's the thing. That's the whole thing. Nothing at all. I don't think about anything when I'm practicing. Actually, that's why I meditate right before I practice. I meditate so that I get into the non-thinking state, and then I start practicing. The non-thinking state is basically just means like shut the subvocal talking to yourself. You can talk to yourself in your head and you'll hear a voice and everything loud as hell, and you don't have to talk. You'll hear yourself, your own voice too. That, like, stop doing that. That's basically because it happens compulsively. Sometimes and you always know the level of your frequency. You always know how high and how low of a frequency you're vibrating on at that certain point in time, based on how well you can control that sub vocal talking, you know. And don't get me wrong, some people are born just not talking to themselves in their head. It doesn't mean they're on a high frequency, you know. Like I've met people that like are really like weirded out by the fact that I can say something to myself in my head without talking. Like I've met people that told me like that's the weirdest thing they've ever heard, because they can't do that. They can't do it. And I was like, so when you think about something, what happens? And they're like, nothing. I just think about it and I do it. You feel me? But basically, it's like that. Don't you don't need to talk to yourself in your head. You don't need to visualize. You don't need to imagine. Let's say imagine. You don't need to imagine it. Let's say if you're sitting with a bottle in front of you and you're trying to get it to roll. If you're in your head thinking about the bottle rolling, seeing it rolling in your head, right? What's happening out here? You know, there's still the bottle is still out here in front of you, waiting to be rolled. You know, you're just rolling it in your head, right? And as far as your subconscious is concerned, you already did what you wanted to do because you're watching the bottle roll in your head, right? So you have to not be in there, not being there, visualize, thinking about what you want to do. I don't want to say visualizing, because visualizing is something different. Thinking, there's two different types of visualizing, right? External visualizing and internal visualizing. The internal visualizing, that's what you don't want to be doing all the time. You feel me? The visualizing that people use to do TK, that's external visualizing. It means like you can look, like I have a keyboard on my desk right now. It means that I can look with my eyes open at my keyboard and then place an imaginary bottle of water right next to it and see the water sitting right next to the keyboard. All the details, everything sitting right next to the keyboard. And then I can probably, not probably, I can look at the keyboard and change the keyboard's color and see the color change with my eyes open in real time. That's visualizing externally. You feel me? But the thinking about, if you're rolling the bottle in your head, your subconscious already thinks that you already did what you're trying to do. You know, so it's don't think, don't think at all. Just, you know what I do a lot to keep me, to help me remember what to focus on. And I say focus, but it's just because of lack of better terms of words, you know. But what I do to keep me focused is, like, every now and then throughout my day, like I do that with my hand, like to remind myself. I do that all the time, all the time. And then I just try to retrace, where the feeling is coming from, because I'm not thinking about anything, but it moves when I want it to move. So it won't make sense to not use your body as a as a as a means of getting down to the bottom of what's going on with you and the type of things you can do. You know, because what do scientists do when they want to learn, when they want to know something about something? They cut it open. You know, they cut it open, and I'm not saying cut open your body, but you can still view your body and view your essence and everything without having to cut it open. But that's what you do. You observe it, you experience it, you see what it does, you see how it does it. You know what I mean? And it'll happen like that. Yes, my state. So best practices. I mean, for me personally, the best practice for me, I can't really tell you anything other than what I do personally, because I haven't done anything else other than that. But for me, the best, when I have the best practice sessions and when I do the best and when I feel the best, is when I listen to lectures. I listen to Alan Watts lecture, or I listen to Sadhguru lecture, or somebody like that, or what's his name? Swami or somebody. I just listen to a spiritual speaker, of some sort. And I say spiritual in turn of based on what they're saying, what they're speaking about. It doesn't really matter who it is. I usually listen to everybody because, not everybody tells the truth, even though they seem like a genuine person. You know, sometimes it's really just for the money for some people. But Alan Watts is my favorite though. I could always listen to Alan Watts lecture over and over again, fix me right up. But first the lecture, to get my energy and my frequency on the right page, on the same page, because I was probably doing a bunch of things during the day. So get me at a nice low pace, a nice low vibration. And then after the lecture, right after the lecture, I do a little meditation, and then I start practicing after the meditation. Because after the lecture already brought I say my RPM, because I'm not talking about like spiritual frequency. I'm talking about like if I was like depending on what I was doing that day, you know, I will probably be in a good mood or a bad mood or like energized or worn out or something, and listening to the lecture gets me like nice and balanced. And then I do the meditation to bring my mind in the right place, and then I start practicing. So for me, that's when I get the best results. Um, I think I answered that. It's your at. It's up. Put it in the chat. But it's official underscore TK Torch. Or you can follow me at just Young Torch. Either one. I'm more frequent on my Young Torch page only because that's my music page, and the TK Torch page is a lot more. I have to like come to my computer to see what's going on with it and whatnot. So I'm more frequent on, and only because that's like my main page. That's like the first Instagram profile that I've ever made. So that naturally I'm more active on that one. But I will answer if you send me something on the TK Torch page. Though I think I somewhat abandoned it a little bit. I don't post on it anymore, but I do still use it to speak to people though. Um, can you make can I make Paperfly? Do what? Editor, do what? What are you telling me to do? And can I make Paperfly? No, not yet. I have not. Ever since that last practice session that I recorded and posted up here, I have not practiced levitation since that day. If I'm being completely honest with you guys. But do what? What are you talking about? I can't make Paperfly though. No, I have a hard time with paper. I used to make sure. Ew. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can definitely stop and still be good. Um, Harder time with paper. Mm, I mean, I don't know why that would be. I don't know why that would be. Foil paper is definitely pretty decent to use. It's just I recommend it because it's what I started with, but I also started with paper. If you look on my videos, you'll see my table has the table that I used to be in when I was in the city. Um, that one that I recorded my first couple videos on, you would see there was a bunch of shit on my table. There was like plastic plastic round things. There was foil paper, regular paper. I had them little cardboard things that I used to use to stack my cones when I was smoking. I had raw papers. I had face masks. I had all types of stuff on my table, and I had bottles, Sprite bottles. I even did Sprite bottle videos, moving, rolling them Sprite bottle back and forth. Um, yeah, I practiced with every the second I got a little bit of a little bit of movement. I just dove right in. I dove right in, never stopped. How do I meditate? Um, I don't know how to explain how I meditate. You know, I can explain what meditation is, Alyssa. Um, well, I guess I can explain it based on what I do when I'm meditating. So me, I do two different types of meditation. I do sitting meditation and I do laying meditation, and they're not really that different in terms of what they do for you. They're just different in terms of how you do it. Um, and that's why I call it by like sitting meditation or laying meditation, but meditation is meditation. But for the sitting meditation, I sit. I make sure I'm comfortable. So maybe the best time to do it is when you first start sitting, and not after you've been sitting for a while already, because you've been sitting for a while. Your butt is probably going to be hurting. Your back is probably going to be hurting. Your neck is probably going to be hurting. You know. So I sit. I make sure that I'm comfortable, upright. My hands on my palms. My hands on my palms. Wow. My palms on my legs. Right for right, left for left, but faced upwards, because these are your eyes. Don't ever close them when you're meditating. That's why they say bow your head and close your eyes. They don't mean your eyes; they mean these. Um, but they're energy centers as well. They they can get, receive, and give energy through your hands. Meridians. I think that's what they call it, the meridians. But yeah, palms facing upward, and close my eyes. I relax. I usually start with about 3 to 5 deep breaths, and then for the sitting one, I either focus on my breath, or mostly my breath. Focus on my breathing, in and out, in and out, and I don't breathe with my mouth. Your mouth is meant for eating. Your nose is meant for breathing. You feel me? It's not coincidence that it's connected to the same wind, the same canal, or whatever they call it. But yeah, breathe through your nose. Keep your mouth closed. But if you're doing it properly, like eventually your mouth will probably like fall open a little bit, because you're supposed to no tension, no tension in the body, right? You're not making the body go limp. You're not limping up your body. You feel me? You hold your body up and you just relax. No tension, and then you focus on the breathing. In, out, just the nostrils at first. Focus on the nostrils first for a couple of it. In, out, and then at a moderate pace too. Don't and fill your lungs up, but not too much to where like it's hurting or it feels uncomfortable or something. But fill it up. Nice deep breaths. In, out, in, out. Focus on your nostrils, and then focus on how the air feels going in. How when you breathe in, the air is cool. When you breathe out, the air is warm. You feel me? You feel all of that, and then you start going deeper. You feel the air going down into your nostrils, into your lungs, and then you for a couple, and then you go deeper. You feel every time you breathe, and while you're doing that, you're still feeling the initial thing that you did from the very beginning, right? So you're feeling the air being cold going in and warm coming out. You're feeling it going in and out your lung pipes, Can somebody tell me what that is? What do they call the like the tunnel that goes to down to the lungs? I don't know what they call those. But then right, you're feeling all of them at the same time. You're being aware of all of them. And then you start being aware of your lungs filling up with air. You know, that's my favorite one, your lungs filling up with air. And then how it expands, and then when you release, how it contracts, you know, and you're not thinking about it, my Alyssa, remember. You're not thinking about it. Your brain is supposed to be off. You're feeling it. Feel it. Don't think about it. Experience it. You feel me? If you don't experience something, then you can't know it at all. You can't know it at all. Like if I told you think about a matchbox for me, or draw a matchbox for me, and you've never seen a matchbox in your life, never heard of a matchbox in your life, how are you gonna draw that matchbox, right? So feel it. Don't think about it. Feel it. And then the last thing you want to do when you finish, when you're feeling all of that, just focus on breathing more and more subtle. Don't purposely do it. Let it happen. You know, just focus on the breath, and eventually you'll feel it. You'll feel your breath naturally slowing down. I've gotten to the point where it feels like I'm not even breathing anymore. It's like the trippiest thing ever. Like it feels like I'm not breathing at all, but I'm not. The first time it happened, I kind of freaked out a little bit and jumped out of it. But it doesn't feel like you're not getting oxygen. It doesn't feel like you're not breathing. You feel like you're not breathing, but it doesn't feel like you're not breathing. You know, because when you're not breathing, you can feel like that not breathing feeling. You know, nothing like that happens. It's so peaceful. It's so weird. It's trippy in a good way though. It's trippy in a good way. Eventually, it'll slow down to the point where it feels like you're not even breathing, and then right there is where you want to be for a little while, and then when you get used to being there, you go deeper and go deeper and go deeper. You know, and then the lay meditation is more for me is more um is what I do for more like understanding TK and stuff like that. You know, but you really quick, you lay down, you start with the deep breaths. You know, you lay down flat, arms to your side, on your back, make sure you're comfortable, and then you relax. You take 3 deep breaths, and every deep breath, every time you release a deep breath, you relax deeper and deeper and deeper, and then relax deeper and deeper and deeper. On the third one, deeper and deeper and deeper, until like you feel gravity like pushing you down to the bed. Like that's when you really want to go limp. You know, go limp and let your body go. You know, and then in terms of mind, you just forget about everything. You know, just pretend like nothing matters right now, because nothing matters at that time, at that little space of time. So nothing matters. Don't think about nothing. Don't think about your job. Don't think about your boyfriend or your girlfriend. Don't think about nothing. If you got bills due, don't think about that. If you got nothing matters in that little space of time, right? And then you go from your toes, right? You're What you're doing is you want to reinforce that your body is completely relaxed, limped, right? So you start with your toes, and you're not, no attention. Don't bring your attention to it. The second you bring your attention to it, your head is gonna start moving, or your eyes is gonna start moving, or your muscles gonna start twitching or something. You're not looking with your body, with your senses, right? You're looking with your feeling, because you can feel wind touch your palm, and you can basically still feel everything even when you're not touching it, you know. So that's what you're using your inner feeling, right? And then you feel your toes. So when I say look at your toes, that's what I mean. Feel them. Don't look at them with your eye. You're looking at them with your consciousness, right? You feel them toes, and you realize when you get into really feeling the toes, you will realize that you don't even know where your head is anymore, right? You will become your toes. It's the trippiest. It feels so crazy, because the second you realize it, you will jump back into your head, and you will notice the jump, you know. So it's real trippy. But be in your toes, make sure they're relaxed, make sure like they're limp, nothing's going on. Let gravity pull them down to the bed and shit. And then when you get that, you move on to to your feet, right? And just like when you're breathing, and then you notice the temperature of it, and then you notice it going into your towards your lungs, and then you notice it filling up your lungs. How you keep noticing all of them at the same time, just like that. When you move on to your feet, you make sure your feet is the same way, relaxed, no tension, no nothing. While you feel me? When you go up, you always notice everything else from the bottom as well, right? So don't go from your toes to your feet and then start tensing up your toes, but not your feet, you know. And then you just keep moving up, and then everything from the knees down, and then you keep going up and up and up and up, and then what you will start realizing, you'll start feeling different types of sensations in your body, like buzzing and flowing and stuff like that. And the second you can feel your blood moving in your body, you can that's you. But this is not from me personally. This is what the the people that actually practice them say, the monks and stuff say. They say if you can feel the movement of your blood in your body, that's you being aware of the chi flow in your body. They said the chi flows exactly like the blood flows. So if you can feel the blood, that's you feeling the chi as well, you know. But you're looking for all those sensations that normally you can't normally notice because you're out here, you know, being effed by life or something, you know. Too much. You got bills to pay. You got, you can't even walk outside and notice. Like most people don't even notice what's going on around them when they're walking down the street. You know, how you gonna notice something as subtle as a little buzz? You know, so it's some patience that you really need. You know, people lose patience and they start trying to find faster ways to do it because most people want powers to like get one up on life, but I don't think I don't think the universe will ever allow that. You can have them, they're yours, but there's laws of the universe. Laws and rules are two different things. Rules are people that think they have power, that think they can control people. So they make rules to make sure that when they're not around, people still fear them. Laws are like laws are basically the way things are, just the way it is. That's what laws also translate into. It's just the way it is, just the way it is. And that's what laws of the universe means. And you hear people saying, "Oh, that's the law of the universe." It's like, yeah, the sun shines because it's the law of the universe. It's just how it is. It doesn't need an explanation. All right, it's kind of long, but I wanted to give you the full two of them, Melissa. How do you get stronger with telekinesis? And does Tai Chi help? What Tai Chi will help you with is self mastery, right? Self mastery I mean, self mastery ties into like TK a lot as well. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I think so. I think so. A lot of masters that do qigong and stuff like that, because qigong is the correct me if I'm wrong, somebody. Qigong is that practice um that they do to get control over the chi energy, right? And usually they implement their martial arts with it, the martial arts or their tai chi or whatnot. But what they're really doing with the tai chi part, the actual fighting part is to build self mastery, right? And I think the part where they get the energy flowing is when you start getting self mastery, you start feeling those sensations I was talking about, and then they use the movements to help them like the movements of the tai chi to help them like direct the energy, you know, instead of like sitting in one place and doing the microcosmic orbit or something, like moving your hand to invoke instead of like boom, it's like training wheels almost. But yeah, definitely Tai Chi will help you a lot with self mastery, Sunchild, and in turn, self mastery will definitely help you with telekinesis. I'm sorry, you guys, my allergies is going crazy right now. My nose is like tickling, itching. I guess focus on breathing. Um, it ties a lot deeper, Alyssa, into just not just into just breathing. Everything has to be there. If everything isn't there, then you'll just be sitting distracted. If it's like if you're not comfortable when you start, the only thing you'll be able to think about is, damn, I can't get comfortable. You know, if you're like up in your head thinking about something while you feel me, like if you're doing the laying one, and then you're imagining. I have to say imagining because internal that's internal visualizing, and you're imagining feeling your body instead of being out there feeling your body, then chances are you'll fall asleep as opposed to being awake for the whole process. You'll just end up waking up like a couple hours later like, oh, what just happened. So it's a lot of things that ties into it. Don't get discouraged if you're not feeling anything, because you're not supposed to really feel anything the first time. you know I don't know if you ever heard the phrase, fail fast. But yeah, that's what you have to do. You have to fail faster, because the more you fail, the more notes you can take about why you failed. You feel me? And the more you cross off, the faster you get to success. Nobody ever starts perfect, and if you do, you were destined to. You have some kind of bigger calling that's bigger than big callings. When you do TK, do you ever feel vibration in the palm of your hands? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I feel it while I'm doing it. I feel it when I'm not doing it. I feel it when I'm meditating, especially when I'm meditating, because I'm visualizing the cosmic that cosmic light that um that connects to the seventh chakra that sits right outside your head. I'm visualizing that stream of light. You feel me? And then I'm visualizing energy going into my palms and out of my palms, and and yeah, it's a pretty dope feeling. It's a pretty dope feeling. But yeah, I get vibrations a lot of times. But I also do feel a lot of different things too. Sometimes a couple of times this happened to me. I was practicing, and I wasn't like getting like strong movement. And usually when I'm getting movement, I feel heat somewhere. You know, that's the one thing that's consistent. I feel some kind of warmth or some kind of heat somewhere in my body, whether it be my palms or my heart or like my head area. Um, but I feel heat. And that one time I wasn't getting the heat. I wasn't getting the heat at all, and I wasn't feeling a vibration or nothing, and I wasn't getting really good movement, at all, and I didn't know what was going on. And to stop myself from being frustrated, I decided to just sit and meditate for a little bit. So, because I was getting a little frustrated, I'm not gonna lie. So I started meditating, and all of a sudden my legs go cold, like ice cold. And I'm telling you, like, it was like almost 80 degrees in there. It was like almost 80 degrees in there, because it's the middle of the summer. Almost 80 degrees in there. My feet went cold, like ice cold. I can touch them and I will feel cold, like instantly too. It's not like it just started getting cold and it started like instantly just. And give me 1 second, guys.
What are you doing?
I'm live streaming on YouTube right
Oh, okay, bye.
now. But yeah, it just like flash froze, yo. And then I didn't think about it because I didn't think about it because, like I preach, you gotta let the process happen. You know, it didn't feel malicious. It didn't feel like it was gonna hurt me or something. You feel me? It didn't feel like my feet were freezing over again, frostbite. It wasn't hurting at all. It was just cold. I felt cold, you know, and not like shivering cold, just like a present cold. It was just there, you know. And then it started going up my leg and throughout my body, through my hands. It got up to like my neck and stopped. And I don't know why. After that, my body was cold, but I was getting movement. You know, the movement. I put my hand up, flew across the table. I'm like, okay, okay, it's interesting. You know, but it's like stuff like that. You know, you gotta experience what's going on, and then experience what's making it go on. You know, because you're trying to teach yourself something that you've never did before, you've never done before. You know, on a fundamental level. You know, because people should know that it takes a lot more than just sitting and I want you to move, you know, something like that. It takes a lot more than just that. You know, you can't just sit the first time and pick a car up, you know. It takes practice and it takes dedication. And at the same time, because we have no kind of information on it, no kind of education on it because it's been hidden from us for so long, we don't know how to access it. We don't know how to cultivate it. We don't know how to access it, and we don't know how it works. You know, it's like electricity won't work in your house the way it works. Like this light bulb would not work if it didn't have an AC converter in it. You know, if it was just raw electricity, raw energy getting pushed through my house, the shit would probably just blow up. You know, so it's like it's probably like that in our bodies as well. You know, we probably have to learn how to channel it, how to channel the energy, control it, convert it, do stuff like that. Because, and I think like a more simpler way would be like learning how to use the energy on different frequencies. Because in terms of, if you think about life now, life is all energy, right? Life is all energy, and it's not different types of energy. It's energy on different frequencies, you know, and it's all the same. It's all the same life energy. It all came from one giant consciousness, one giant ball of consciousness. But it became everything, everything. It became trees. It became humans. It became the planet. It became everything based on how slow it was vibrating, right? And the faster the vibration, the more spiritual it gets, you know, because on the physical realm, we vibrate the slowest. That's why we have solid, you know. We don't really actually touch things. Like I'm holding my phone right now, I'm not actually touching the phone. Um, the electrons in the phone is repelling from, I think it's electrons. I'm not too sure. Quote me if I'm wrong, but it's repelling it. You feel me? My hand is repelling the phone, and that's why it doesn't go through it. You know, because it's vibrating slower than I'm vibrating, so it seems solid, right? And we're not like I'm sitting, you sit on a chair, you lay on your bed, you walk on the floor, you're not actually touching anything. What you're feeling when you touch other people, what you're feeling is the repulsion that's being pushed against you. Um, there's an anime that actually depicts it really well. I just don't forgot the name of it. It's that anime where they collect demon fingers, and then the kids eat the hosts eat the demon fingers or whatever, and then Gojo. I don't know if y'all know Gojo. Hold up, let me find the name of it real quick. Jujutsu Kaisen. There we go. Jujutsu Kaisen. If you guys haven't seen it, go look up Gojo from Jujutsu Kaisen. Look up his ability. His ability kind of pretty much says it all. You know what I mean? Kind of pretty much explains it pretty well. But his ability, if you see him, people, his enemies will be fighting him, and they'll be like laying it on him, bah, 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 bah. Like they think they're connecting, right? Boop, 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 boop. hitting him with the most powerful moves. And at the end of the move, he comes out unscathed, no scratches on him. And of course, the enemy is all confused and stuff. And then so he explains it to the enemy. You feel me? And he's like one of them funny characters. And I expect that because if I had a power like that, I'd be very humorous too in a fight, right? So he tells him, come over here. I'll show you how it works. And he's like, put your hand out like that. And he's like, don't worry, I won't jump you. Like what you got to lose right now, you know. So the guy puts his hand up, and he puts his hand at him, and he shows him that he's actually isn't touching him. He's actually not touching him. He's just what the guy is feeling that he's touching is the repulsion. You feel me? So it's like he's using his with his ability, he's using the repulsion that comes from solid things, solid matter vibrating slower than him, and then the two electrons pressing against each other. Like when you put two magnets of the same pole together, it pushes away like that. And he's manipulating that. He turned it up just enough to where it's like in front of him instead of like on his skin to where he would feel it as well, feel the repulsion as well. You know, it's pretty decent. But do look up Gojo if you have a chance to look up his power. It's all based on like universal stuff, like universal spiritual stuff. Like it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Okay, so let's that was you. Thank you. No problem. That was Alyssa. Like you enter to another body. Um, I'm pretty sure entering another person's body is two things. One, either possession, or two, dream walking. You know, you can either just that's just based on what I know. You know, my experience of and what I've researched on in terms of like leaving your body and entering somebody else's spiritual plane or whatever. Um, but to for me, what I know is you can do it. You can do it. You can be possessed when it happens. I don't know if the usual way it's brought to us is like a demon possessing somebody's body. And I've never seen it depicted in a way of like a human, an alive human leaving their body and taking over another alive human's body. I think that's probably another one of those law of nature things, or maybe we just never seen it. Um, but dream walking is another one where you can astral project and then hop in somebody else's dream and interact with them and stuff like that. But I have no experience in any of it, personal experience. I've just researched it. Yes, sir. All electrical. All electrical. We are all electrical. And electrical as well is just another like title that they put on a certain type of, not a certain type. Scratch that. It's just a title that they put on energy that's vibrating on that frequency. Because electrical energy, heat energy, water energy, it's all the same energy. It's just being developed a different way. So obviously they got to name it something else for it to so that they can explain it to themselves. I don't know why explanations are so important to humans. That's interesting actually. But yeah, all energy, all energy. Are headaches normal when just starting? Because I used to get them the first time. No, no, headaches are not normal. You're not supposed to be getting headaches. Um, Something else may be going on. Or what you may be doing, because I used to do this a lot, and only stopped when I started doing my self mastery stuff. The stuff I used to do right before I started retraining telekinesis. I still do self mastery stuff like meditation and you know um taking control of your mental space and stuff like that. That's a whole other topic. But what I used to do is I used to identify with myself as being in my skull. You know, it's like it's an unconscious thing that we do, just like our routines get pretty unconscious the more we do it. But it's an unconscious thing we do. Like most humans, either because most humans say my body, right? They don't say me, right? They say my body. So most humans think to themselves as like ghosts or spirits inhabiting a body, right? And then most humans identify with who they like their essence being like either in their skull, like between their eyes, or like in their chest somewhere, but it's mostly like the head and the chest, and that's where I used to be. And you always know where you identify, which part of your body you identify with, because you take care of it the most, right? And at those times, like my face was the most precious thing to me. I would always it always has to be clean. No, not really much people could. Tonight, my mom could just touch my face. She'd have to wash her hands first. My girlfriend, she used to get mad at me too. I used to be like, wash your hands before you touch my face. You know, but I always got headaches. I got a lot of headaches, and I didn't know why. 'Cause I would pop pills and it wouldn't go away. Nothing like that. And then I started watching somebody. I think it was Alan Watts. Yeah, I started watching Alan Watts, and he started talking about the identification thing, and it started making sense to me like immediately. Because the second he said it, and he said, you'll know because like there's like a pressure. You tighten, you purposely like contract, like tighten those muscles in the area that you think you identify with, because you have to feel something to feel like you're there. So like when I noticed it, I immediately noticed myself tightening my skull. And the second I noticed it, I just released it, let it go, and it fixed a whole lot of problems for me. You know, the headaches went away, but I had to like keep practicing self mastery to keep remembering to not tighten my skull though, because it was happening like unconsciously, and I would catch myself going through the day when I first started trying to stop it, going through the day and then catching myself with a tight skull again. And I'm like, oh crap. And then I release it. And then eventually it started happening naturally. And now nothing. Now I feel my entire body just like floating around, you know, just like kind of floating around. And only my body only gets like heavy to me again, like when I don't like exercise and stuff for a long time. And like my body weight is like the most most weight I can lift at the moment. Them day that area where the grocery bags start getting more heavy than they should be. Like, or like a case of water start feeling a little more heavy than it should be. Only then I start feeling kind of like weighted down and heavy, and that probably has to do with just atrophied muscles. The muscles aren't being worked out enough, so they start degrading. But no, headaches aren't normal, and check to see if you're doing that skull tightening thing, because that could be it. That could be it. And you shouldn't be like forcing when you're practicing. Don't try to force it. If you're forcing it, it's not gonna work. You shouldn't have to force anything. Do you think that reality can be so bendable to the point where you can walk up the wall and stand on the ceiling? Yeah, hell yeah, you can do that with just regular levitation. But the levitation thing is not why I say yes. I say yes because I don't think up, down, left, right exists. You know, I don't think it exists. because clearly it does. It's titles based on where you're looking. You know, if I'm looking forward, they said if I'm looking this direction and my back is turned this way, then I'm supposed to say I'm looking forward, right? But then what happens when I turn around and look where I was looking backward? Now I'm looking forward that direction. Then what? You know? So it's really just like words, words that help describe what you're doing while you're doing it. Is like why do you even need stuff like that? You know? I don't believe in like up, down, left, right. Space doesn't even. I don't even think space is like a thing. You know, I don't think there's a such thing as space. And now I don't mean like outer space. I mean like space. Like how you walk in a house or you walk outside and you be like, oh damn, it's big. Yeah, a lot of space. I don't think that's a thing. I think the thing that we call space is an actual substance, like water or something, you know, and we just don't notice it because we were born in it. You know, it's like natural to us. It's like think about it. If you ask a fish, how does it feel to be in water? Do you think the fish would even know what water is or the ocean is? If you ask it, how does it feel to live in the ocean all your life? Or how does it feel to be an ocean animal, an ocean dweller? Would the fish have a concept of the ocean being the ocean, you know? Because in the fish's point of view, that's home, you know? Like for us, we think we breathing air, oxygen and stuff like that when we could literally be underwater, not and don't even know it, you know? And it's simply because it's just our nature. I don't even think fishes know what you tell them. They probably see us, every single animal probably see us the way we see every single animal, you know? Every animal probably thinks that they're the humans and every other species is the animal, you know? So yeah, the amount of things that I think is possible, I can't even put in words because I believe everything is possible. Because think about it. We still don't even know what we are, who we are, why we are, where we are, and when we are. You know, the only thing we really know is what we've taught ourselves. You know, we don't know any real facts yet. Even gravity is not a fact. It's literally called the theory of relativity. You know, it's never been proven fact. It's never been proven fact. This guy won awards for a theory. You know, it's still the theory of relativity and they left it like that because nobody could figure it out, and that explained it the best. You know, and the problem is we're trying to learn about spiritual things, and spiritual is just a word as well. It just means the things that you can't see. You know, the things that's there that you can't see. You know, we don't know any of it, so there's no way in hell we'd be able to know what's possible. You know, so and on top of that, the double split experiment. Double split. It's the double split experiment and quantum entanglement. Look up those two. It'll tell you everything you need to know. Double split experiment and the quantum entanglement experiment. And I just touch on the quantum entanglement one. Basically, long story short, it's basically says that the things that make up our body, the I'm not sure if it was molecules or atoms or where it starts, but I know for a fact it's the things that make up us, you know? Because like we're not solid, we're not a solid one person, we're not that. We're a makeup of different millions, billions, trillions of different cells and little tiny, tiny organisms. You feel me? We're literally legion, bro. We're a bunch of legion walking around, a bunch of different. Like if you put a microscope to our skin, there would be a whole village, a whole town, a whole world of microorganisms living on our body, you know, eating the things that keep us healthy, eating the things that make us sick, and keeping the things that make us healthy. You feel me? But those little things, though, it says that it's basically an empty, an empty what's the word I'm looking for? Damn it. I'm having a brain fart. I'm looking for a word. Basically it's like an unknown, it's like unknown. It's like you don't know, there we go, possibility. It's like an empty possibility until somebody observes it as something, right? So it's basically nothing. It's like a ball of nothing until a scientist put it under a microscope. And if in their mind they're trying to see if it's a if it's a wave, the second they look at it, it'll snap into a wave. But if they want to see it as a particle instead, the second they look at it, it'll snap into a particle. You feel me? This shit is crazy. And it says if you take that one, because they usually come in pairs, right? Everything in the universe comes in pairs, right? Negative, positive, negative, positive. They said if you take one of those pairs and throw it on the other side of the universe, throw it in a black hole, send it somewhere where nobody can find it. The second this one that's still in the lab is observed as a wave or particle, that one that's wherever it is will automatically, instantly snap to what this one is. Even though they're miles in ages, and even though it's on the other side of the universe, right? And that shows two things. It shows that anything is possible, one. It shows that everything that's possible and everything that's going on is based on how we, the individuals, are seeing it, or how we want to see it, basically, right? And two, it's possible to travel faster than the speed of light, right? This is all facts, man. This is all facts, all facts. I don't talk out my ass. It's all facts. This is stuff that I've looked up. This is stuff that scientists are looking up and baffled on about. You know, so it's like pretty much. You ever heard about the simulation theory? Like if when you're not looking at something behind you, if it like grains out like how it does on computer, like when you're playing video games and you're moving forward, what you're seeing in front of you isn't actually like there. It's just like simulated there until you turn around. And then when you turn around, and they only simulate what's in the frame of the sight, of the point of view of the sight. You feel me? And they do that to like save computation, to save power and computation, right? And but when you're going forward to a specific direction, whatever is programmed to be there will be simulated there until you turn this way. And then when you turn this way and look somewhere else, it simulates what's supposed to be there, and then everything else that's out of your line of view is gone. Nothing's there. Nothing's there. That's how I think this is. Like when we close our eyes, it turns into gas and light energy vibrating like this slow, and you feel me? It's not nothing's actually here. Like there's no house, there's no me, there's no laptop, there's no YouTube. You feel me? This is I'm making you guys, I'm thinking you guys up, right? I'm making you guys up in my head so that I can make this video and get myself to help me with my telekinesis by helping others with it. You see what I'm saying? And then you, let's say JC, you're over there making us up, making me up, doing a live so that you can help yourself learn how to do this. You feel what I'm saying? It's not it's not that some dude is halfway across the world uploading TK videos. It's that you, JC, want to learn TK, and so you're making everything that you need to help you get there happen based on what you want, based on what you want, right? If you go back to the moving your body thing, your body only moves when you really want it to move, right? When you really know when you're like, I gotta piss, and you jump up because you really need it. You feel me? That's the will. I feel like, and they say that when you get to 5D vibration, you can manifest instantly. You think of it and it happens. You feel me? But I'm pretty sure that still comes with like a higher level of understanding of how like instant manifestation works, because you have to be tapped into the mind and not the brain to manifest that quickly. You know. So let me get back to these questions. The ceiling answered that. During possession, possibly that's high level magic. Possession, yeah. I mean, really, you gotta really think about it. Gucci, Gucci, Gucci Goober. Did you mean Goofy Goober, bro? I think you gotta go edit your name, or if it's Gucci Goober, you were going for it, then fine though. But magic is just magic is all the same thing, bro. Magic and TK is the exact same thing. Magic and the sun rising every morning is the same thing, right? Magic and magic and the trees being out there, same thing, you know. Because a lot of people don't think about the fact that we don't actually have a full set of lungs in our bodies. We only have half of our lungs in our bodies. Because if the trees disappear, we don't breathe, right? That means half of our breathing apparatus is the trees, right? All of that's magic. Just us to begin with. Humans on in general, magic, right? Because magic is just a word, and the definition of magic usually hovers around the impossible being possible, being made possible, right? But when the fact is nothing out of something out of nothing is impossible already, right? And then we all just snapped into existence, woke up one day, and we're all here. There's a whole planet, there's a whole paradise on. You feel me? That's not magic. It's magic, bro. Don't let nobody tell you that's not magic, bro. It's magic. It's magic. Because even the creatures that were created from the magic can't think of the concept of this being magical, right? All magic, bro. All magic. What's my next goal doing TK? I don't really have goals with TK, bro. I'll tell you one thing though. What I do want to do, it's not really much of a goal, more of a. I mean, I guess you can call it goal for better lack of better terms, for lack of better terms. We can say it's a goal, but what I want to do is I want to like make a little village where everybody where people that want to live off grid can live, you know. And it'll be like slash like a TK kind of school type of deal, but not a school, not like an open school to like the public. You feel me? Because in terms of what I'm thinking, once I get to that level, I can't teach it. I can't just teach it regular anymore. You know, once I get to that level, I can't have a YouTube channel showing tutorials on how to teach it, you know, because then now I'm responsible for all the people that learn it and do bad things with it, you know, and do messed up things with it, you know. So like at that point, I want to be where I have but it would be like my personal living space, you know. But I want to live off grid more, more in nature, you know, more in nature. Like, and it doesn't have to be like huts like how it was back in the day, but we can literally like build better structures, but structures that will like naturally degrade back into the earth and give back, you know, instead of destroying it. And I wanted to like also double as so basically what I'm looking for is like a big wide space, you know, a big nice private wide space that I can set up a few things and then implement TK into everyday life. You feel me? So like I don't have no issues with modern life. Let's just get that right, right. I don't have no problem with modernization or nothing like that. What I have a problem with is the way they're doing it, you know, because clearly they're doing it for more of a control and rule, control and rule kind of, you feel me? Like it's not about equality. It's not about everybody sharing all the resources that we were clearly given by God, right? It's more about keeping them resources and making us work for pennies by the pinch so that they can stand above us. You feel me? Because if there were no money, there would be no way anybody could rank higher than somebody else in life. You feel me? That's weird. That's the weirdest thing I've ever heard in my life. Like celebrities and politicians and the president, or it's like why they seem so important because of the amount of money they have. When in fact you realize the government makes the money though. So like people treat money like it's more valuable than life when it's literally a piece of paper. Like when people say money is a piece of paper, it's really a piece of paper that the government prints. And they say it's not the government, it's the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve is a bank ran by the government. So it's a whole lot of other stuff, man. A whole lot of other stuff. Let's get back to this. I don't want to talk your ears off, and I actually have to go. So I don't want to. I want to answer all your questions before I leave. Um, but yeah, no. Long story short, I want to make basically a little nice little villagey area. More of a, I say villagey because I want it more of a green, less roads, more greenery, But but somewhere nice and private where I can practice my telekinesis in peace without being disturbed by government or modernized people. And don't get me wrong, I'll have modern stuff in there, like I'll have the internet in there so I can make sure I keep track of what's going on in the world because that's important. I don't want the half the world to blow up and I don't know about it. Um, you feel me? And it's like a semi-modern type of like TK monastery. I could call it that. Like maybe a monastery might be the right word to use. Like a TK monastery, a modern monastery, to where I can live and also like teach worthy people. People that's not gonna use it for crime and hurting other people and stuff like that. So basically, that's my goal right now for TK at least. Palm chakra exercise. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I've never really bumped into anything that talks about training the palm chakras because the way I've the way I've experienced them in terms of research is them being meridians, right? Meridians, pathways that your chakra energy flows through. So I never really heard them be called chakra points. I've heard them been called chakra meridians though. So that's pretty much what I know about that. So TK, are you gonna be more active on YouTube? Yes, that's what I'm planning to do, bro. Honestly, I actually have a couple of pre-recorded videos that I have to upload. So this is from in the past, because I used to record ahead of time for you guys when I was really active, but now that I'm not, now that I don't have that much time anymore, I have to do it a little bit differently. And usually I have to release videos that I record then and there if I even get the chance to. So, but yeah, I'm gonna be trying more to be more active. I'll be up doing more meditation uploads as well. I'll be doing more lives. I think the lives is better because then sometimes I sit down to practice when I have free time and I'm so tired from what I did before, I fall asleep while I'm meditating. So sometimes I sit down to record and it doesn't even happen. So that's why I'm thinking live videos would be good as well. So, but yeah, when I can't upload, I think I'll cover it with live Q&As because then you guys are still getting the answers you're looking for, just not with a video. But at least you can still get the answers. Put that too. Air is another form of water. And if we go into the, you can't breathe. Um, JC, honestly, bro, I honestly think that space is another ocean. I'm starting to believe that, bro. That space is another ocean. Like water. I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to do more. If you guys are into like stuff like that, I could do videos on like things that's considered conspiracy theories, and do like, I don't know, maybe reactions. I don't know how to do reaction videos. Um, but like videos of like um supernatural things happening, or like things that are supposed to be considered supernatural or not possible. You know, I could definitely bring some of that to y'all if y'all into that. But I'm starting to believe that that space is an ocean, bro. No lie. The at ethers higher phase of math. I don't know what that means, Gucci. The at ethers higher phase of matter. You might have to rephrase that for me, bro. I don't like the ripples in the water. I guess that's how Wi-Fi waves work. I don't know, man, but I don't know. But I'm trying to tell you, we might be in like an air bubble or something. I don't know, or maybe we're in water and just don't know it. You know, like fishes. Fish, you tell fish you in water. You like look at you like what? What are you talking about? I'm not in no water, weirdo. And who are you? You're an alien. You definitely think we're aliens or animals. Or animals. What do you think fishes consider the land and the shore as their space? Because they can't breathe out here either. Or a forbidden land or something. Never know. Because some sea creatures got real curious and started walking on the shore. You feel me? Thank you for sharing. No problem, Silvio. Oh, I just saw one video of yours, and now I am here on your live. Haha. Baska. Did I pronounce that right, Baska? Appreciate you for being here, Brody. Appreciate you for being here. The peers are getting affected because they are in quantum entanglement. So, yes, sir. Yes, sir. That quantum entanglement. Mm-mm-mm. I'm trying to tell y'all need to think on a different type of wave, because the way people think, the way modern human think now, they think based on the fact that they see humans in front of them in human form, like the full form, not realizing when the scientists and the doctors and all of them been telling us and still telling us that we're not actually solid beings. We're made up of billions of little tiny microorganisms, and then we're powered by some mysterious force called consciousness that apparently is an indistinguishable source of energy, right? Because even when you get old and die, your energy moves on. And for people that are really aware of themselves, you notice, because for me it's just like that. You notice, like when you were growing up as a kid, you never felt yourself growing. You always feel the same exact way as when you were born as a kid. It's just like when you was a baby, you wouldn't really notice it, but when you start getting to like the ages to where your brain is developed more and you start thinking in that type of pattern, like in a logical pattern, you'll realize like you don't feel the growth. You don't even see it until you like go over to like a family member house or something, and they tell you, "Oh, you got so tall, you got so big," and then you're like, "Really?" to yourself, and then you go home, look in the mirror, and then you see it. And you're like, you know what? I did get a little taller, didn't I? You don't feel it. And like aging, we don't age. There's no such thing as aging. We don't age. We do the same thing that fruits do when they're detached from their source of their life source. We rot. We're not aging. We're rotting because of the things we're eating, because of all the fluoride, all the chemicals, all the weird. Do you know that there's pesticides in food? Like weed killers, like poison that they put on weed killers. It's in the food. Dyes that are banned in face cosmetics because they cause cancer is allowed in foods, especially the cereal that your kids are eating. There's weed killer in it. There's poison in there. Like it's crazy, and that it's making us our body rots. If you look at a person that's aging, they're not aging. They're rotting. They're deteriorating. Feel me? Their body gets what happens in the wintertime. If you look at a tree, what happens in the wintertime? It gets dry and gray and everything starts falling. You feel me? But then they're still attached to the earth though, right? But they're getting something that's foreign to what they need, right? Because I'm pretty sure winter is not real, but they're getting something foreign to what they need. And the wintertime comes around, they start lacking energy, sun energy, right? So they start deteriorating. But they're connected directly to the earth. So they're still getting what they need, enough of what they need to stay alive. So then when the summer comes, they bounce right back and they look like a bouquet of flowers again, right? It's because we're wearing rubber soles on our feet all the time. You got to get wool shoes or wooden shoes like the Chinese do it because it's blocking us from getting the energy that the earth is sending up to us, right? And even scientists said it, right? Scientists and doctors said it. They said it. It's proven that walking barefoot outside and stuff, it's like a natural antioxidant, right? It starts rebalancing your body. It starts detoxing your body. It helps your mental health. All of this said by scientists. You feel me? So yeah, damn, y'all don't get me worked up, man. Don't get me worked up. When you get me worked up, I could talk about these stuff all day. I could talk about this stuff all day. I'm trying to get through these comments, these things, because I'm very late for my stream. But I appreciate you for coming through and asking questions, Pascal. You feel me? If you like the family, man, you feel me? Hit that little subscribe button. Don't really cost that much. Don't cost nothing at all. Actually, hit that because most of y'all, I don't usually watch my analytics, but most people I started watching it like a day ago, and most of the people that watch my videos aren't even subscribed. So let's fix that. Let's fix that, please. I appreciate it. Um, 11:11. What do you mean, AF? I don't know what that means. It's possible since interpreting vibrations through our five senses. Yes, exactly. Right on target. Like we're literally just like our five senses are analytical tools, right? They're chopping tools like science. Like they can't tell us what it is, like the entirety of what it is, but it can tell us what certain things within it is, or what certain things within it. No, no, no. I'm lying. It can't tell us what it is. It can tell us how we can it can help us experience what it is, what's going on. It can help us experience, but it can't tell us what it is or why it is or when it is or how it is. You feel me? And on top of that, like our eyes can only see about this much of the light spectrum, about that much. Like we really don't see anything at all. We really don't. There's so many. The light spectrum is so huge, and we only see a micro speck of it. Like different animals can see in infrared and UV and all types of crazy stuff. And they really you see them reacting to things that's not there. And it's because they can see into those spectrums, and we don't even know how in touch animals are. You feel me? There's probably animals that are tapped in that could do TK and stuff like that. You feel me? I'm pretty sure animals. You know what I think? A personal belief of mine is that Pokemon are animals that that are enlightened, like enlightened animals. That's what I think. The concept of Pokemon probably comes from animals that awaken inner abilities. You know, it makes sense because their abilities always stem around elements. You know, let's see, where am I? Yeah, it's just like we make things in our dreams. Yes, 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 yes. And dreams aren't. You gotta enjoy your dreams more, man. Dreams. I'm pretty sure dreams are you either traveling to different universes that's on higher planes that you don't need your body for, or you traveling to different multiverses and hopping into one of your other selves. You know, it's either one of those two. Either one of those two. But I know for a fact that dreams aren't no fake thing, though. There are no fake thing. The things that you're doing and you're experiencing in those dreams, it's really going on. It's really happening. Because I done had dreams where I got hit or shot and woke up and still felt I was feeling like the pain was still there for a little bit, you know? Like I felt like that one time I got shot in my dream and I woke up and I kept feeling like the thing, like where the bullet hit me. It wasn't pain, but I felt like the bullet was there. You feel me? It felt like an invisible like thing that was still there. Crazy, crazy stuff. I really love playing with my dreams because when I'm in my dreams, I can do a whole lot of different things, and everything seems so much easier in my dreams. I wonder if it's because in dreams there's no logical mind; it's all subconscious mind. So now you don't need to send signals to your subconscious mind for the subconscious mind to then create it, manifest it, since you're seeing from straight from your subconscious mind. You can just, you feel me, within your dreams. And I feel like that's really the difference. The difference is when we wake up, we hop back into this avatar that we've given full control over our mental scapes. And now, because of that, we can't really manifest instantly anymore. You know, because we used to communicate through telepathy. Animals still do it. You don't hear animals like when cats and dogs talk, they don't be barking at each other or meowing at each other. You only hear them doing that when they're like threatened. You know, when they're threatened, they start barking at each other or hissing at each other and stuff like that. Or when they're playing, you might hear them, you know, but that's just from the play. When you really see like animals standing towards each other and like really like interacting with each other, smelling each other butts or whatever, they're not talking, they're not meowing, they're not barking, they're not doing none of that. I'm thinking that soon. That's the movement, and that's the thing, Gucci. Your energy and the object's energy is the same energy, the exact same energy. Y'all are the same things. You feel me? The only thing that makes y'all different is the fact that you choose to see the object as an object, right? Quantum entanglement, not quantum entanglement, yeah, quantum entanglement, or is it a double split? I think both of them ties into each other though. But like yeah, but like exactly like that, right? If you if you like this lighter, right? The person that made this lighter took the material and made it into a lighter, right? That was the point, right? But let's say I have this lighter here, right? And I was able to to think straight from that mind, right? And I decided to see this lighter as my finger, right? The lighter might not move. The lighter might not change into a lighter and attach to my finger like that, because the concept of a finger is that, right? Because of the fact that when we first came to, we didn't know what we were, who we were, why we were. So we just started naming things. We just started giving things titles so that we can tell them apart when we're talking about them, right? It's language is a means of organization, right? It's like labeling everything in your closet or labeling everything in your food cabinet, right? You're not doing it because that's the way it is. You're doing it just to remind yourself, okay, this is used for that, that is used for this. You feel me? And because we don't know what we are or why we are, we just start labeling ourselves, right? So now we have a head, an arm. We call it the hands and we call it the fingers so that we know what you use to pick up stuff. You feel me? You feel me? But if I see this as myself, I'm noticing, realizing, and believing wholeheartedly that this lighter is made of the same exact thing that I'm made of. The lighter itself in entirety, right? The gas inside of it. The gas is liquid form. And what does that tell me? That tells me that it vibrates a little bit faster than subtle. So now there's a bunch of different forms of myself in this lighter, right? I'm just not vibrating as fast as this lighter, right? So now if I see the lighter and I understand that the lighter is me, moving it becomes as easy as doing that, right? Because but it's like understanding like what real understanding is, you know? Because when you tell somebody you got to understand this, and they be like, I do understand, I do. Most of the time they don't understand. They understand the concept. You feel me? Or like you tell somebody to believe. If they believe something, it has to make sense to them first, right? And that's when they start being like, oh, okay, yeah, yeah, I believe you. But they don't really believe them. You feel me? They just gave them the win based on the fact that they showed facts, right? But the whole reason they were arguing to begin with was because they didn't believe them, right? Now, real belief comes from the fact that you will come from a fact. You see it every day in the streets when you walk, right? The lights go red and people walk out in the street without a second thought, texting and everything, not even caring, because they believe that red light. They believe the red light. They believe in the power of the red light, right? You even see people arguing with drivers when they stop too sudden, when they jerk, when they like, they be like, you don't see the light. You feel me? They truly believe that that light is going to protect their life, right? It's like that. Belief goes further than just understanding, as opposed of somebody that just got here, like a little kid, and they just got old enough to start going out the street on their own, right? And then they walk and they stop and they remember that mom or dad told them one time when they were outside, wait till the light is red, right? Wait till the light is red before you cross the road. And then the light turns red and they still look left and look right and then cross the road, right? It's like they know they understand that the light is there to save their lives, but they still don't believe it. You feel me? Until they do it enough times to where it becomes second nature. And then now all of a sudden it's like the light becomes part of them, you know? That's about the best way I can. It's the best way I can be. You feel me? So yeah, before you can even like quantumly entangle with something, you have to really like feel and know that it's you. You feel me? It's you. And when I say that, I know a lot of people think in terms of seeing the lighter as your body, right? As a piece of your body. You can't do that because your body isn't you, right? It's not the entirety of you. It's part of you, but it's not the entirety of you. Because when this body drops, you feel me? When your avatar drops, when your physical body drops, another body's born, right? And it will be you in a different body. So technically, the body isn't you, right? So if you visualize the lighter or you think about the lighter as being part of your body, it still might not work just based on the fact that either you don't really believe it, or just simple fact that your body isn't you, because you don't move your body. Your body doesn't move until you want it to move, until you will it to move. Oh, geez, I really gotta go now. I am like almost an hour late for my very first stream. That's ridiculous. But I had to come say what's up to y'all though, man. Gratitude, sharing, no problem. Bascar, I appreciate you for coming through, man. Yes, sir. An empire for real. But I'm not trying to rule nothing. I'm trying to rule nothing. I'll just call it a family or a community, because I feel like when you call it empire, it makes it feel like it has to be ruled, or it has to rule over something, or whatever. Can I ask a real quick question on AR? Yeah, for sure. Ask away. Flicking your wrists. I don't know what that means, but that made me laugh. Does semen retention help with TK? Semen retention helps with self mastery. Period. Because semen is semen is like a direct manifestation of life energy. You know, and your body has to use certain energies to even produce it, right? Because your body has to be energized to be able to produce anything. Pee, to be able to digest food, to be able to work properly, it has to be energized, right? So clearly, some sort of energy has to go into creating semen, right? And it is like one of the most highest quality energies within your body, because it is life energy. It is the direct energy that creates, right? So having a having a excess of it is never a bad idea, because if you're always releasing, like, let's say, I mean, like, nobody says having intercourse is wrong or anything, you know and it's just moderation, right? If you're smashing every, like, 3 times per day, you're gonna be drained, and you will feel it, because I'm pretty sure you need blood to create semen as well. I'm pretty sure blood goes into that as well. So yeah, it's not like a me personally, I don't see it as like a taboo, like in terms of like how religion makes it sound like, oh, don't have sex outside of marriage, because and when marriage is created, we created marriage. So so it's not like crazy crazy, but if your body doesn't have to constantly kick in the high gear to reproduce it, then you have excess energy stored away now, because you're not, like, releasing too many times, to where your body has to kick into high gear to create that. Because I'm pretty sure semen, being considering what it is and what it does, I'm pretty sure it takes a lot of energy to create, you know so yes, semen retention probably does help with TK, but I don't think it's necessary. I don't think you need to, like, not have sex at all for it to work. Just moderate. Don't kill yourself out, because like I said, I'm pretty sure you need blood. I'm pretty sure blood goes into creating semen, and you kind of need your blood. So have you experimented with binaural beats for meditation? Yes, I have. JC. I definitely have. That's the only reason I'd upload anything like that or anything similar to that here for you guys, because that specific one I uploaded was also one that I use myself, you know. So most of the things I'm sharing with you guys are things that I personally experienced or experimented with. So yes, I definitely believe that it helps. Because it helps entail, because you when you're listening to it, you have to believe what you're listening. You know, it's not just a listen. Even just listening will do something. It will start programming your subconscious. But if you believe what you're listening, or even repeat it while you're listening to it, it makes it it makes the process faster. You know. But yeah, I definitely listen to binaural beats um while I meditate as well. Yeah, while I meditate also. And I usually pair it with meditation, or I listen to it while I'm falling asleep or something, or as soon as I wake up, because those are when your subconscious are the most impressionable. When you first wake up and when you're about to go to sleep. Before I take my leave, there's a book I gotta recommend to everyone. It's called The Kabbalion. Saying gospel touches topics. Yeah, yeah, definitely listen to that. That's I have been doing research on the Kabbalion as well. It's definitely an interesting topic to look into. I mean, consider a possibility also. Okay, so after JC's last text, I'm gonna stop, guys. So, because I have to go and stream on Twitch now. Trying to stretch myself out, you know. I have my little tiny gaming community that also wants my attention. But I also wanted to be here because I don't do this as often as I should. And honestly, I really do want to like do this so many. I want this is all I want to do, honestly. Just TK all the time. Mm. We also consider quantum delay erase experiment. It's just like an addition, double split experiment. All right. The wave of possibility and turn it one into possibility. Yep, yep, yep. Baskar said it exactly perfect. So perfect. So perfectly. Definitely. I have already subscribed. It feels good to be with familiar minds. Appreciate you, Baskar. You will always find familiar minds here. Welcome. I don't know if you've been subscribed or if you just subscribed, but welcome regardless, man. We definitely appreciate you for being here. Megan, crazy to think of what we cannot see. Listen, listen, it is so vast. It is so vast. Just look up alone. All you really have to look up is what is the percentage of the light frequency that we can see. The answer will freak you out because it's not even one. It's not even one. It's crazy. It is very crazy. And then there's because science explain it perfectly, right? The slower it vibrates, the more solid it becomes, right? So the higher the vibration of the matter, the more loose it will be, right? So the faster it vibrates, the easier we be able to. You feel me? If the phone vibrated a little faster, or if the phone vibrated at the exact same frequency that I was vibrating of, or just a couple higher, I'd probably be able to put my hands all right through it, right through it, right? So it's like there are frequencies above gas, right? Because we all know the fundamental forms of energy, fundamental forms of energy on the physical plane, right? We have physical matter, right? Solids, liquids, and gas, right? And liquid is solids vibrating faster. And what happens when you boil water down? It turns into gas, right? Not saying that boiling water speeds up its vibration, but it does. You feel me? It does in a more artificial way, if you want to. You feel me? Because adding heat to it makes it vibrate faster, and that's science stuff. You could look it up. But yeah, when you go higher than the water, you get, and like putting water on the stove is like one of those ways where you can see what would happen to water if it naturally just rises in vibration, right? And, and then taking a cup of water or a bowl of water, throwing it in the freezer, right? And then take it out in a couple hours, what happens? It becomes solid because now it's taking all of the heat out of it. The freezer is taking all of the heat out of the water, and so the vibration collapses into a slower state, right? So slow that it becomes solid, right? So solid gas, water, solid water, gas, right? There has to be more vibrational planes above gas because it can get hotter, it can vibrate faster, right? Light itself is energy. Light itself is a substance. You feel me? It hits you and you don't feel it, but it's something. And they said that the entirety of reality is literally just light waves, light energy slowed down to different frequencies. It's crazy. The amount of things that, not just the amount of things that we can't see, the amount of things that we are, that we aren't, that's possible, like every aspect of it. It's pretty mind-boggling, only because we don't really have concepts of it. Nobody really taught us it, you know. Us being like, I don't know if most of y'all are like my age, but I'm like 27, so I was born early 90s to where technology wasn't peaking. You feel me? I think when I was born, it still had the black and white TV. I don't think it was colored yet. So based on what we know, all of these things will definitely be like crazy to us. But to people like these old alien people that be hiding in the government and stuff, they know, because you can't make a concept of something if you don't know something to compare it to, you know. So all these people that are coming up with computers and all these talks about mystics from back in the day. So these are things because it happened, because it really happened. You feel me? Nobody's just thinking that stuff up out of nowhere. Then it's really happening. STK already said a lot of things. Just think about what's the difference between dream and this so-called reality. Only continually when we wake up, we just continue from same point, but dreams are discontinued. Yes, 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 yes. So the second you open your eyes, that double split in quantum entanglement comes in place, right? Like you were saying, Bhaskar. The second you open your eyes from that dream, everything snaps, collapses into the reality that you believe it is, right? That you believe it to be. Because think about your most used senses works, right? Right? You see something, it goes into your brain. Your brain tries to figure out, your brain reads the information on what's coming in, and then it spits out a hallucination against your eyes, against your retinas. It spits out a projection of what it thinks is going on, not what's really going on, what it thinks is going on, right? That's why somebody saw a blue dress and some people saw a green dress, right? And then the same things happen with touch and smell and feel. It's just ideas that our brain are thinking up, right? That's why I said earlier, me, even all of you guys are making me up, and I'm making y'all up to help me learn something, and y'all are making me up to help you learn something. It's like it's like we're little bitty pieces of a full being, pretending to be individuals, right? And that's the only reason everybody looks different and everybody thinks different. Everybody, and people don't really think differently. All it is people are programmed differently. That's why we were born people that are born in a different country and people who are born in America, they grew up two different ways. So their universes, their worlds are two different things based on what they know, right? If nobody taught us anything, we would literally be robots, like mindless robots, just waiting to be taken over. And then the first person that knows any little thing can manipulate us, you know? But at the same time, natural learning happens. So, you know, trial and error. You do some things and you get the result that you were looking for. You keep doing that. Next time you're looking for the same result, right? And then somebody else that doesn't know comes along, you teach them it, and now they know how to get that reaction. And then they might not like doing it the way that you do it, and then they go and experiment on their own and find a whole other way to do it. So it's like that's what I be saying. Like there is no such thing as one correct way to do something. No such thing. You're very right, brother. Thank you, Nazir. I appreciate you. Appreciate you for sure. But that doesn't prove one is real and another one is fake. Everything you're seeing is rendering inside your head. All the sense also getting processed inside head. There is no way one can prove reality. Definitely. Definitely. Perfectly said. You feel me? You ever met somebody and they take longer to process things than you do? Right? And you tell them something or you ask them something and they go down, like their eyes automatically go down, and you can tell they're in there thinking about, and then you're like, you good? And they snap back, they're like, calm down, you just asked me, not knowing that they were literally in there for like 20 seconds already thinking, you know. And exactly, nothing can prove reality. Reality is real because we are part of reality. So how can we prove that it's real? It's gonna be real to us regardless, you know, because the tools we have, the eyes, the hands, the mouth, the nose, they are meant to pick signal. They are made specifically to pick up signals from the physical realm, right? And only the physical realm. That's why you have to close physical. That's why you have to turn off all of your physical senses to reach the astral realm, you know, because you're using a different type of sense, different senses. What's up, brother? Glad to see you're back. Have you been making progress and how much? Melly, appreciate you for coming through. Uh, appreciate the kind words. I am very excited to be back as well. I'm not gonna be as consistent as some people may think I'm gonna be, but I apologize for that as well. I'm not going to be still. It's still going to be a little delayed in videos, but I'm definitely going to be, you know, ramping it up a little more. Um, my progress from from since I left the city to when I came over here, I have like gotten better a little bit, but the second I touched down over here, I haven't been practicing at all, bro, because I have to pay mortgage and stuff like that, bro. So you know, work and stuff, and this I do this for fun. I just do this for you guys. So um, unfortunately, I can't really I can't really do much. You know, what I have to do is work. You know, until I can get that little empire built. You feel me? And then we live off of our own whatever we volunteer for, basically, like pulling your weight, basically. Like if you want some food, you go work on the farm. You feel me? And then you leave with a bag of food afterwards. Like that concept is not even that far off, right? I'm pretty sure they thought about it about making life like that, but then I'm pretty sure they just figured that, you know, us ruling over them and them working to make us more comfortable is a better idea. I'm pretty sure that's what they thought. But I can probably still open and close a door, but I haven't been practicing a lot, man. And I need to. That's why I haven't been really uploading too much, as well. Um, and then I'm also in a area in a position where I can't really like just like zone out and meditate real quick, stuff like that. But I'm definitely getting back into it though. I'm not gonna lie, just by you talking about this stuff, I think I made a breakthrough. Oh yeah, with a keychain, I think I'm able to manipulate a bit better. That's good, bro. That's good. Take every little thing that you can get from it, bro. This is what we're here for. This is why we do this, so that we can pool our ideas, pool our experiences, and help each other grow faster. You know how to do anything else than TK. You said KT, my boy, like talking to someone without the mouth. That's telepathy, talking to somebody without having to say anything. So this will be my last. This will be the last question since I caught up. So if anybody else is gonna send a question, I'm sorry. You can send your goodbyes and stuff because after I answer this, will be the last one, and I have to go. But um, I do think that something along the lines of like clairvoyance as well, because I have a lot. It always happened to me. This is another one of those things that always happened, that never stopped happening, and that keeps happening more frequently and more frequently, and it's getting a lot stronger now. But like I know when things are gonna happen. Like I'll be chilling in my bedroom, and I just get like a vision. It's like a vision, but not like a Raven Simone vision where you like tweak out and zone out and you see a whole picture. It's like a vision, like I see it, but it's like a snap, like it flashes. Like I see it, but it's more like a flash. I see everything that happened, but it happens that quick, like a flash. It's like I feel like somebody's about to knock my front door, and then literally like 3 minutes later, it takes that long for it to happen. So like I get the flash, and like 3 to 5 minutes later, it happens. You know, it happens to me when I'm playing video games. It happens to me when I'm just chilling. It happens to me when I'm out. You feel me? There's times where I would be out with my friends, and I just get a flash of some crazy shit happening, and I tell my friends, "Yo, let's go. I'm ready to leave," and we leave, and some stuff really went down after we left. You feel me? It's like it's always been happening to me, but that like I don't know if to call it clairvoyance or what, but that happens a lot where I get like little insights on things that's about to happen. Um, the lucid dreaming as well, you know, that right there is just I already chalked up that all that's always going to be happening because not once have it stopped, and I've been having it since I was a child. So lucid dreaming, lucid dreaming, that little foresight thing. Um, I have achieved, sort of achieved the astral projection when I was doing it back in the days, but I haven't done it since then, so I won't even put that on the list. So yeah, pretty much those two is what like really still actively happens. And but for now right now, I really only practice TK because I feel like once I get into the mind state where TK is natural to me, I feel like everything else is gonna happen naturally. Everything else is gonna come naturally. Like the hydrokinesis, pyrokinesis, all of it is gonna happen because hydro, pyro, electrokinesis, all of that is the same thing. It's telekinesis, but it's telekinesis used on fire, telekinesis used on water. You feel me? That's what it is. You feel me? So that's why all of them have kinesis at the end of it. Because it's all the same power. It's just now you're utilizing water or fire as a you're like weaponizing it using TK. You feel me? So and then all the elements are the same energy. They're just vibrating on different frequencies. So I feel like once I get into TK, that will cause me to have to get into frequencies, how to like change my frequencies at will. And once that happens, then I'm pretty sure I'll be able to feel the frequency of what water is on, or feel the frequency of what fire is on, and then I'd be able to tune myself to that frequency and possibly manipulate the fire, doing it that way. Because there's a difference between like just manipulating fire and then creating fire. Like open my palm and boom. I feel like that's like real, genuine. That's when you master pyrokinesis. Instead of like lighting a fire and then taking control of it. But yeah. Like, bro, I will be looking forward to the next one. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think I want to do one every week, like a live every week. But if I don't have a lot of videos up, um, I probably might extend it to the second week. But I'm gonna shoot for every week, though. I'm gonna shoot for every week, at least once a week, and more if I can. If I can get it to happen. And Saturday is gonna be. I don't know if you guys check the community tab, but I post there as well. But and also the community tab is where you guys can go and post your questions and stuff, and get interact with everybody else in the community, except for just me. Because I'm pretty sure you guys are able to post on the community tab. So if you guys have interesting stuff that you want people to see, post there. If you have a question, post there and ask it. And I'm pretty sure anybody will that sees it will be more than willing to answer your question. And if I see it, I'll answer your question myself as well. It took me like a week to catch back up to all the comments. If you guys saw, I was like reply at a certain point in time, I was just replying to comments day after day after day. That was me catching up because I wasn't a long, long time. I wasn't even on the internet for a long time. So, but yeah, use the community tab. Please use it. It'll help you guys more than you think. Um, ooh, let's see. 19, Melly. Hey, you young, man. I mean, you're about that age where they start expecting you to start um adulting, you know. So do that stuff. Protect that 19, man. Protect that 19. BK, appreciate you for coming through. Appreciate you for the hearts and whatnot. I feel you, bro. Yeah, Melly. Do you know how to do anything? I think I answered that one. Live, bro. Next one. Oh yeah, yeah. I read all of these. While I be getting flashes like that as well. Yeah, bro. They are definitely interesting. They are definitely interesting, especially when I'm gaming, bro. Like when I'm gaming, like I would tell myself, all right, I'm about to go left, and then it'll flash and and it takes like it's like instant, but I see everything. Like let's say it was a let me see. Let's say it was like me driving a car, and then I made a left, made a right, then made another left, and cops stopped me. Like if I was playing Most Wanted or something, Need for Speed Most Wanted, I'd see the left, the right, the left, then the cop stopped me, and that entire thing would probably take 5 minutes to like watch on a video, and I'll just see it instantly, and then I'll be like, right. I'll be like, nope, right. Whoop. And sometimes I go against it just to see if what I saw will really happen. And I'd be like, I go left, and let's say I'm playing Apex, I go left, and I run left, I slide over here, try to jump over there, and somebody shoots me while I'm looting a box or something. I'll go left, and every single thing it will happen the exact same way that I saw it in the flash, but it happens in an instant. It's crazy. It's really crazy, especially in the video games. Yes, sir. Space Bear, I agree. Appreciate you for coming through, Space Bear. I've learned a lot, bro. Thanks, no problem, bro. I am here to help anywhere I can. Um, W live. I'll be here for the next live. to good night, bro. Maybe we'll play games together in the future. I'm about to start streaming on YouTube as well. Bet, bet. Where are you going? Are you gonna stream the game on YouTube? Because I stream on Twitch, bro. I stream on Twitch, and I do have um, a YouTube gaming channel. It's called Mars Nation Gaming. I'll put the name in the thing if you want to check it out. And I'm Young Torch _1 on Twitch. If you want to holler at me, if what you on Xbox? We could play. We could definitely play, bro. Today we could play because I'm about to stream. What you playing on? What you playing on? BK. Oh my god. Oh my god, BK. I thank you so much for for using the what do they call it? The big chats. I forgot what they call it. The super stickers. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you, bro, or ma'am. I'm not too sure. Oh, that's. Oh man, I appreciate you so much, sugar. I appreciate you, Brianna. Appreciate you. And yes, hey, yeah, bro. Clairvoyance is crazy. Definitely crazy. I don't know nothing about Twitch. I'm on PC. What games you play? Oh, you on PC? The games that I play that you could probably play with me would be Apex or Warzone. Maybe I think Warzone is cross-platform. I just re-downloaded Warzone yesterday. Um, I play Dead by Daylight every now and then. I know that for a fact as well. You can you can cross-play that. But I'm mostly on Apex, mostly on Apex, and I'm about to start streaming Sims as well. That's what I'm about to stream when I get off here, and that will be on PC. So I don't know anything about Sims, but if it can multiplayer, yeah, we can play. But Apex. Nah, Brianna, I appreciate that so much, so much, so much. I just put it there just in case people, they gave me the options. I was just like, why not? It's a pretty cool, thing because I see it on Twitch all the time. Nah. And that's all they be using. I see it on Twitch. But all right, guys. Appreciate it again, Shug. Appreciate it again. A little meditation, emotion on YouTube. I bet I'll follow you on Twitch. I don't play Apex, but I would try it and Warzone too. Hey, try the Apex before you try anything, cause that's where I spend most of my time. Real life, real life. And guys, what you saw BK just did was this I don't even know what it is. It's called like super chat or something like that. So if you want to support the kid, you can do it that way. Um, yeah, that's about the only like stuff like this is about the only way I'll accept any kind of payment for this. Because a lot of people have been asking me to like sell classes or sell something to them, and I'm like, nah, I can't do that because I'm showing y'all stuff that y'all already know. Like that's natural. So like I don't deserve like that's weird. It's just weird to me selling somebody something. It's like buying. It's like stealing somebody's stuff and then selling it back to them. That's what it feel like. But yeah, y'all can support in any ways y'all want. Y'all just being here and support, honestly. But but yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank everybody for coming through. Appreciate all your questions. I hope I answered every single question for you guys. I did to the best of my ability. On I will see you guys on the next one. It might be same time. It might be next Wednesday. Um, around the same time, 5 o'clock. Or I wonder if they allow YouTube. Does YouTube have schedules yet where you can like schedule lives where people can see it? But either Wednesday, the same time for next week. That's for next week's stream. For next week's live. And uh, hand is sweaty. When your hand is sweaty, the touch screen on your phone don't work. Note to selves. And Saturday I'm uploading this new video for you guys. I'm not sure what it would be yet. I might do some door pushes because I've been doing the paper stuff a lot, and I've only been sticking with that because because most of the people that come here is beginners, right? And I don't want to show them something that's above their level, and then they go try it and then they get discouraged because they can't get any action, So that's why I recommend the paper. And I know for a fact if I post up a video of me pushing a door and then the door video is up there, and then the only other videos on the channel is me pushing papers, they'll jump straight to the door and leave and forget about the paper. They'll jump straight to the door one, you know? So that one skeleton. What's poppin' with you? I love your name. What's poppin'? How you doing? How you doing? Um, you came through a little late, man. This is the end of the video. But yeah, Saturday. I'm not too sure what I'm gonna post up yet because all the rest of my pre-recorded videos are paper videos, and apparently people want to see bigger stuff. And don't get me wrong, when I do a bigger object, it's just to show y'all that, you feel me, you can get to that level, But if most of the people that are reaching out and asking for tips and stuff are still beginners, I'm gonna go right back to the beginners until most of the people in the community are at the level that I'm at. You feel me? That's what I want to do. I want to grow with people. That's why I keep it at the level that most of the community is at. You know. But I would definitely post like the door videos, the pushing doors, and then I'm still working on getting a bowl big enough to put over my PSI wheel, but I'll get that one out too because that's another one that they be asking for a lot. People be asking for a lot for me to put the PSI wheel under a bowl or something, and then do it that way. That's not a problem. I've practiced like that before. So and and then also a nice little tip for the people that are practicing PSI wheels. Start with the foil, and then when you get good with the little foil, go up to a piece of paper, a bigger piece of paper, and then when you get good with that, go up to a dollar bill. Right? That's where I stopped. When I got up to the dollar bill and I got good with turning a dollar bill, I stopped even doing PSI wheels, and I just moved over to like pushing and stuff like that. Um, but like also things like bounty paper towel, right? If you have bounty paper towels or paper towels, period, when the paper towel is finished, you can use the end of it to practice, right? Cut it in half or use the entire thing. You feel me? That's how I get stuff to use to do TK with. I usually use the things that's around my house, things that aren't like specialized telekinesis tools because I don't want to get into the idea of like thinking that I need something specific to get reaction or get movement. So yeah, yes, definitely the raw papers too. That's the number one right there. The number one was the raw papers and the little stacker. The stacker that come with it. Yeah, that was the one right there. The stackers. That was the one. I mean, for the people that have been with me for a long time, from the beginning, they know what I'm talking about. But all right, guys, I appreciate y'all for coming through. Suge, um, I appreciate you for using the super stickers again. So much, so much. I appreciate everybody. I hope I answered everybody's question again. Like I said, Saturday I will upload a video, and Saturday I might go live again. After the video, I might go live again. just so that I can. I'll go live sporadically, but once a week will be the frequency. But every now and then, I'll give y'all more than one, just so that I can make up for all the missed time, right? And then I'm gonna start doing different videos as well for educational purposes. You know, that's not tutorials. That's not me showing y'all and whatnot and whatnot. It may be like tutorials or what you call it? What do you call them things? Compilations. It might be compilations of like other TK users, um, showing y'all that, you know, and also like I'll clip some Mark Mouvet stuff, some Seven Rise stuff to show y'all that the hand move the hand method, eventually you will be able to not have to use your hand, right? And the hand method is just basically your training wheels for until you start developing your TK more and understanding it more, right? And I'll show y'all like before and after videos of when they first started using their hands, and then afterwards when they're not using their hands. Seven Rise got all the way to levitating stuff. Mark Mouvet too. He was levitating chairs and stuff like that. He got a kid, and you know life started lifing again. So he pretty much disappeared from YouTube. But he was one of the OG legends. But anyways, yep. I'll see you guys on the next one, and expect something on Saturday. Peace.